Okay, hello everyone. We're here today with Jon Cruddas, who's the MP, who's actually our patron of Act Now. So I'd like to introduce you to John and to Stephen, who's one of our students who's been with us at West London Community College for about 8 years now. So over to you, John and Stephen.
Thanks very much, and thanks for having me this morning. Have you had any much trouble with the benefits, Stephen?
All sorts of issues. With the fact that with income support, I've had this case going for the last 2.5 to 3 years, and we go to this law centre because I was actually doing this paid job on the side, and I then found out about this permitted work thing because their website was wrong, and then I rang them up, and then they changed it, and then they deducted money off, and then they admitted that they deducted more than they should have done, but I haven't had any more. But I found out this other charity I can give it to, and then put an appeal in for that. Then so that's alone with the DWP. Often you can ring up one place, and then you have to ring up another number, and they lose letters and all sorts of stuff.
Well, that's where we started talking with that now. Was about some of the changes that are coming through now, and as it is, it's like a jungle that people find it very difficult to navigate through. And now it's going to get tougher and tougher. Not wishing to worry anyone, but that's where we started campaigning from, and that's why I ended up here today, because I thought it'd be good to come over and say hello and see the facilities that you had that we were talking about. But there's this thing called this work capability assessment through the new welfare changes that are going to occur, and a lot of it, and we're getting a lot of people on the autistic spectrum are getting very worried about the consequences for them being forced onto job seekers allowance, and then being deemed to be not actively seeking work and then losing their benefits. So we're trying to raise awareness about that to make sure that we can change some of the regulations before they become finally into law. Because people get very worried and feel quite vulnerable about it, and it's very difficult for their parents and carers as well to fully understand what's going on. So it's tricky. But you're in higher education as well, aren't you?
Yeah, and also I have actually done some. I've been doing this whole job called AIM Higher Mentoring Scheme, where they get students with dyslexia, ADHD, and who get disabled students allowance, and then we go into schools and do one-to-one mentoring with people so they want to go to university. And then because of that, then I've had no end of problems. Then because I've been earning some money with my benefit as well. Then
right, exactly.
I've been worse off than people who get their housing benefit, then get their income support, and then I've been I only get income support at the moment, but now I'm probably worse off than had I not worked at all as well.
Do you live with your family or you're on your own?
Oh, at the old vicarage, it's a supported living place.
Right.
Yes, I'm a student as well. I'm in my final year of a part-time BSc.
Right.
Computer science.
Right. I can say, because every case is very different, isn't it? Because everyone's experiences are very different, and their involvement with education or supported living or housing benefit or whatever. And as the system gets more complicated, then it means people worry about it more as well. Really.
Well, half the time they've lost forms before they've done all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. And are your colleagues here, do they have many issues with benefits, do you know?
Trying to think. I don't think any of them has had the same difficulties I have, because I've actually been doing some work and also
and university.
And university as well, so it makes it a bit more complicated, but it's just so ridiculously complex, when you have to sit there working out what the average hours you did per week, and then when they were and how they deduct money off and stuff. I've got a big file that thick about the paperwork all to do with this case.
The problem we have is that the government want to get 12,000 people a week off benefits, I think, and the danger is that would disproportionately affect people on the autism spectrum. That's the worry that we have. So we're trying to also make people aware of some of the worries so they can get involved and support us.
Well, I think the system is very autism unfriendly in the forms and all that.
Right.
And just the way these organisations are set up, there isn't any central contact page. You often have to ring different people, and sometimes you might get the form wrong, and they send it back or they lose it. That all needs to be made a lot more simple.
And that's part of the more general problems, isn't it? People with autism experiencing, because of lack of public knowledge, the unfriendliness of a lot of the institutions and the council departments and stuff, so it can be pretty tough.
Well, I know when I got my feeding pass, the woman just rang, asked me. I said, she said, "What's your IQ?" Well, I knew as she was saying that, so I said, "I don't know." And I thought she was very rude, but that's when I had a feeding pass, and then I got it taken away, but then I got it back again.
Right.
Half the time it's about what words you use in the form. It's all can get very technical. So with all these benefits and all the different rules and technicalities, and that's going to be very, very difficult to get your head around.
Well, look, thanks for having me this morning. You get a lovely cup of coffee here, I'd have to say.